%40 oranda çözülmüş. Yani
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes.
doğru bir yanlış yapmış olabiliriz. Yeni bir
As your friend
cinayetteyiz.
and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Bakayım. Bayağı kalın biri geldi.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That's the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Meydan okumanın tahtta bir şeyler var diyor. Hatıramız zıpkın. Buradan bunu yaptık. Şimdi bir şey yok. Konuşalım bakalım.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We should be late for the train.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Bir hafta sonra. Okey. Raylar üstündeki sır. Yeni cinayet dosyamız.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight, it's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Ne gördün? Ha, sabah geldik. Açalım bakalım davat defterini. Kaybolan tren.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Demiryolunu araştır. Pekala. Direkt içeri girelim. İçeride kayda değer bilgi yok.
First of all, let us examine the
Ah,
area
tamam.
where the train disappeared.
Yani tren buralarda kayboldu. Evet, tamam. Doğru yere gitmişiz. Harbiden tren gelirken nasıl kayboldu acaba ya?
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Görünmezlik mi bastılar trene? Ne yaptılar? Bu yerlerde bir izler var. T diyor. Kedi görüşü. Heh.
There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. Railway sleepers, nothing unusual.
O değil, o değil. Raylara bakacağız.
There are no tracks or footprints on the ground.
Ya.
The
Şöyle
rails have not
sarkıyorum.
been touched. There's nothing unusual here.
Biri geldi yanımıza.
There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Hadi gidelim. Koskoca tren nasıl ortadan kayboldu acaba? Merak içine bir gizem çözeceğiz. İstasyon şifre. Eyvallah.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Gri saç. Şurada onur nişanı. Toprak izleri. Evlilik yüzüğü. Tren hakkında bilgi alalım
Could you
önce.
please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
Muhakkak. Şimdi haritayı
I
ver
would be
bakalım.
glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
Hadi gidelim.
See you later, my good man.
Bu ne lan?
Railway post bags.
Posta torbaları. Ne alaka buraya girdik? Lan bana gir al dedim de. Ha. Şurası. Ofis.
This part is probably from a locomotive.
Burada da giriş yok. Ofisten al dedi de ofis nerede lan? Ha şurası. Ofis masası.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
İstasyonlara mesaj. Görevlerden bir şeyler var. Buradan da istasyon kaptanı.
Here is the train set.
Güzel. Diyalog. Kaybolan trenin baştan sona devam. Lokomotif, kömür vagonu, 1. sınıf vagon, posta vagonu, özel vagon, Bay Robinson'ın siparişi üzerine 2. sınıf vagon.
A telegraph.
Neye takıldın lan? Heh.
The whole train just disappeared.
Yerel bölge haritasını alacaktık bir de değil mi? Ama burada yerel bölge haritasına dair bir iz bulamadım. Haritalar var da bana verdiği bir harita yok. He. Oradan beni çıkartmıyor. O insanlar süs orada. Ha, demiryolu haritası. Tamam, bulduk. Buradan gelip burada bitiyor. Şurada bir başka bir yol ayrımı. Buraya bir şey olmuş olabilir. Şuradan gitmiş olabilir. Tamam, gidebiliriz.
Holmes, how is it even...
O zaman ihtiyarla yine konuşacağız. Evet. Yeni bilgilerle şimdi konuşacağız. Özel vagon.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
Evet, bu ilginç bayağı.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
Hadi bakalım
See you
gidelim.
later, my good man.
Sonra görüşürüz. Bridlington. Hadi bakalım Bridlington. Özel vagon öğreneceğiz. O gece trende bulunan yolcular hakkında bilgi. İyi bir ilerleyiş. Tık tık tık bilgileri elde ettik. Aha.
Railway post bags.
Bu da trenin arka kapısı herhalde. Sinirli yolcu. Bay Robinson. İhtiyarı bulduk.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Analiz yapalım bakalım. Sana konuşup konuşmadığını göreceğiz şimdi. Gözler, sinirli Avustralya şapkası. Pahalı kıyafetler. Yüzük. Ve çantası mı? Ay, çizmeler mi? Evet. Süslü ayakkabılar, timsah derisi.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
Özel vagon.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
Şirket yönetimi.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
Trende olmadığını anladık
Mr. Robinson,
aslında.
could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
Haklı. Değerde en az 1 milyon vardır.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir. It is priceless. It could change the world we live in. And yet, I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damned train.
Goodbye, sir.
Bu yolcudan bir şey gelir mi? Gelir, neden olmasın? İpucu ipucudur.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Üniform. Asker olma ihtimali yüksek. Ucuz bilet. Üssükü var. Asker olma ihtimali iyice arttı. Pürüzlü cilt.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir. The ticket inspector forced
İspanyol'da
all
da o
the passengers from the
şirinleri
train,
yakın.
except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
O görevi de yaptık. Şuraya bir girelim. Bununla bir konuşalım. İstasyon şefi.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions. Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Talimatlar. Mürekkep lekesi. Tam bir şey şefi.
Apart from the
İstasyon
passengers
şefi.
disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I have worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Çaylak istasyon şefi, tren gecikmesi, tren düzeni.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Kariyer tehdidi geldi.
That is, well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well,
Hiçbir
that was the
bilgim yok
peculiar
Ayam.
thing.
Bir anda treni
It was almost
beklerken
unreadable.
kayboldu tren.
It was full of errors and awfully vague.
Nasıl olduğunu
It was
araştırıyoruz
hard to
bakalım
understand
işte.
if the train had correctly passed that
Henüz bir
station or
ipucu
not.
elde edemedik.
You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Şimdi bir önceki tren istasyonuna gidiyoruz. Ha, yerdeki boşluk. Bir kağıt
The
parçası
insurance
bulunur.
policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Kendi otonom elektriğinin bu sigorta 15.000 pound. Bir yıl yenilenebilir. İki tane rapor var elimizde. Ve yeni bir durak. Bakıyoruz. Başka bir şey yok. Şurada Watson'mış bu. Aslında iki diyalog var. Bu diyalogun biri buydur büyük ihtimalle. Onunla bir konuşalım hemen.
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from
I
doing.
apologize for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
I see that you kept your grip sack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This
Evet,
Robinson
çocuk
is
ilk iş
quite a
gününden
character.
yaşadığı
We should
şeylere
learn
bak.
more about him.
Ne taşıdığını öğren.
Don't touch anything, please.
Nereye bıraktın lan valizi? Valizi nereye bıraktın? Valiz odasına bırakmış, bavulunu inceleyeceğiz de burası değil. Şuraya mı bıraktın acaba? Aha, luggage. Tam burası. Mektup odası. Aha, buldum.
This
Robinson
grip
valizi.
sack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
Anahtarı var.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Bence de açmalıyız. Tut
Of
bakalım
course.
görev. Nöbet. Neye göre hareket edecek? Bunun bir formülü vardı da. Tamam buldum. Bu 2 çubuk başlıyor. Tek çubuk devam ediyor ama tek çubuk yetmemesi lazım. Peki. Tamam en sondan gidelim hadi. Bunu buraya aldık. Aha oldu. Kolaydı. İş belgeleri, kontrat.
Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
Bu bir özel satış kontratı. Bağımsız şekilde elektrik tedariği sağlayacak bir prototipe ilişkin icadı haften. Hemen sonra elektrik kampanya alıcı bu aleti şimdiki haliyle satın alıcı anlaşma içinde olduğunu kabul eder. White Thomas Lee Robinson satıcı satıştan sonra prototipte oluşan herhangi bir sorundan bu sorunları satış esnasında her iki parça her iki tarafça bilinse ya da bilinmesi dahi sorumlu değildir. Alıcı sözleşme imzalanınca prototip ücretinin %10'u kadar bir miktar ödemek yapmak yükümlüdür. Geri kalan miktarın aktarımı bir aylık süre içinde tamamlanmalıdır. Özel satış kontratı.
Sales contract.
Bay...
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Evet. Yeni sayfa varmış. Bunu herkes
Yet
o.
another. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another. Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Herkes de aynı kontratı yapmış.
Yet another. Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Bitti.
Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
Evet. Az çok yaklaş. Şimdi çıkarım gelmiş bir tane. Bir çıkarım yapalım bakalım. Bir değil birden fazla çıkarım var. Şiller trenden kalktı. Trenden iz yok değil. Özel vagon. Evet. İlk ipucu Şillerin trenden kaybolması. Şillerin trenden kalması sadece bir tesadüf. Tren kondukta onları gözden kaçırıp indirme. Bence Şiller trende bırakıldılar. Benim görüşüm bu yönde. Özel vagon. Prototipin sigortası. Prototipin müşterileri. Özel vagon. Onu yaptık zaten. Robinson'ın itici gücü. Prototipin kaybolması sigorta önerilen bayramı. Bence kurban. Yaptığı oyuna kendi düştü. Diğer ipuçları telgrafla trenden izi yok. Yok tamam henüz bunlara uyamadık.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Şimdi gidip bakalım diğerleriyle konuşalım. Yeni istasyon vardı.
I will not move from here until...
Tamam burada yapacak bir şey kalmadı. Buraya çıkabiliyoruz mu? Yok. At arabası nerede? Pardon map açacaktım. Chesterfield'a gitmemiz lazım. Chesterfield'a gidelim. Bakalım Chesterfield'da bizi Sherlock'u neler bekliyor? Yeni ipuçlar, yeni bulmacalar, yeni konuşmalar, yeni kişilikler kimlermiş? Hep birlikte görelim.